How's it going, everybody? Sorry about that. Lost power for a second, and it killed my audio. But I am back now, and Luis Gil is back in the Yankees rotation. He has won the 5th starter job. So, in case you haven't been watching the Yankees for very long, let me give you a little background on Luis Gil. He was called up in 2021 as a 23-year-old. He went 1-1. He made 6 starts. He threw 29 in the third innings, the first 15 of which were scoreless. He had 38 strikeouts, so more than a strikeout per inning. And his fielding independent pitching was slightly higher. It was 4.40. That's mostly because he had too many walks. He had 19 walks. He did give up 4 home runs. And then in 2022, he only appeared in 1 game. He threw 4 innings. He gave up 4 runs. He did have 5 strikeouts, but he tore his UCL. And he missed the rest of the 2022 season and all of 2023. Now, to say he is on an innings limit, probably a bit of an understatement. He's working his way back from Tommy John. He's not going to throw 200 innings. But we don't need him to, hopefully. He's going to fill in for Gerrit Cole for the next, 8 to 10, 12 weeks, something like that, depending on how much time Gerrit Cole, they said originally 10 to 12 weeks. It might not be quite that long, or it might be a little bit longer. But bottom line, Luis Gil is going to be in the rotation, barring injury, until June. Now, the fastball on Luis Gil has been electric since the very first time we've seen him. 99, 100 miles an hour at times. Good cutter. He's working on a changeup. He's got a little bit of a slider. You see it right there, 85 miles an hour. If he can locate it down in the zone like he was throwing there, it's almost unhittable. The way you have to prepare for that fastball in the upper 90s, you have to kind of cheat a little bit. And then when the bottom drops out of it like that, it's just unhittable. And you can see that when he locates his fastball, it's just elite. 98, 99 miles an hour. That one 98 above the zone. This was a night against the Red Sox that he pitched pretty well. Against our friend Verdugo, high fastball, can't catch up to it. And that's what we saw a lot of this spring. We saw him pitching against a lot of, pretty decent lineups. And, he handled the Blue Jays well. He pitched pretty well, I believe, against the Braves. And I believe it was the White Sox. He struck out 8 out of 9 batters. I don't have it in front of me. But I've always liked what I've seen from Luis Gil. I feel like he's a guy who wants to be out there, wants to compete. And now you see the Yankees rotation without Gerrit Cole. Nestor Cortes is going to be your opening day starter, followed by Carlos Rodon, who got roughed up a little bit yesterday. And then Marcus Stroman pitched pretty well today. I believe it was 5 or 6 innings of shutout ball. I have it in front of me here. It was on Twitter. But he looked really good today. He had 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. So a nice way to finish out your spring if you're Marcus Stroman. Then Clark Schmidt, who was 9-9 last year, couldn't really get deep into games. Got good swing and miss stuff, but for some reason has never taken that next step as a pitcher. And now Luis Gil backing everybody up in the number 5 hole. Now that's not to say that Adam Warren or Chase Hampton or Clayton Beeter might be up at some point. I really think those guys are all going to be in the major leagues at some point this year. And we all know that everybody gets hurt. On this team especially, almost every pitcher is going to see some time on the IL. Last year it was Rodon. It was Nestor Cortes. This year it's already Gerrit Cole. Who's next? So we're going to need more than the 5 or 6, starters every year. We're going to need probably 10. And, Gil is just the first. So as retired MCO says, so happy for Luis Gil.
Absolutely. Hey.
Nice job. Erupt Television says he has the potential to be what Severino was supposed to be. Severino was great for a while, but it really started right after he signed that 4-year, $40 million extension. He got to spring training. He had some trouble in his lat, and then he was building his way back, and he had another injury, and then it was another injury, and then it was another injury. And finally, when he got back, last year you saw the fastball was good. It was 96, 98 miles an hour, but everybody was creaming it. And there's been some talk that maybe he was tipping his pitches. Now, obviously, the Yankees couldn't figure it out, or they couldn't get him to correct it. But I wish Luis Severino the best. He's with the Mets now. David says, report is that LeMahieu is a long shot for opening day. Yeah, we kind of expected that.
It's what it is.
What it is.
Dylan Plays says, what is Luis Gil's spring ERA? 2.78. 2.78. Val in NY says, was listening to the game on the radio, and Susan Waldman said she was told Luis Gil would be on a pitch count. Won't be on a pitch count. Sorry, my eyes are gone. Said they're just going to let him go and see how it goes. Now that's what I want to hear. That is absolutely the right thing to do. You got to let these athletes compete, man. I mean, injuries are going to happen, but I think you got to go with your eyes on this. And you know, we've seen them baby pitchers over the years, and they still get hurt. My opinion is just let everybody go out and play, right? I mean, your body will tell you when it needs to shut down, and the hitters will tell you when you're not effective as a pitcher. They'll start hitting you. If he's effective, let him pitch. If he feels good, let him pitch. Bottom line. So, Kevin Beery says he also read about Matt Blake not having a pitch count philosophy. Yeah, there's different schools of thoughts on pitching right now. They track every single delivery. Efficiency, spin rate, velocity, obviously, extension. And whenever the body starts to deviate from its normal maximum efficiency delivery, that raises red flags. When the spin rate drops, that raises red flags. When the arm angle drops, that raises red flags. That's why you see guys get taken out in a hurry these days. It used to be a guy would get into a jam and you'd let him work out of it. Now you see that specialist relief pitcher come in almost immediately. So I kind of agree with Matt Blake that pitch count doesn't really matter. I mean, we've seen guys go 120, 130, 140 pitches and be fine. We've also seen guys get hurt, 80 pitches into a game or 50 pitches into a game. It happens. People get hurt on the side. There's no one way to avoid injuries. There's no one way to protect everybody. This is athletics. And in athletics, people get hurt. So you just got to kind of roll with the punches, so to speak. So no innings limit apparently as well. I agree. I'm happy to hear that. But, yeah, congrats to Luis Gil. Sounds like the Yankees are mostly injury-free other than Garrett Cole and DJ LeMahieu. Everybody else seems good to go for opening day, which will be on Thursday. We're going to have a recap. We're going to have a season kickoff party on Wednesday night with Terrence and Scott Braun. And we're going to just talk about the season as a whole, not just the Yankees, but all around Major League Baseball and things like that. Aaron Sheen says, do you think the Yankees can have a better season than last year? Well, it's not going to be hard to hit better than last year. They were awful offensively last year, so I do think the offense will be better. We've got Giancarlo Stanton looking great this spring. Anthony Volpe looks like a different hitter this spring, and he's going to be more comfortable. Aaron Judge, healthy. He was out for most of the season last year. Well, not most of it, but he was out for 2 months, and during that portion, the lineup was awful. We've got Anthony Rizzo healthy and on time. The reaction time is back. So that's huge. And then, of course, Juan Soto. I mean, he's going to be getting on base at a 40% clip. He's going to hit 30-plus home runs. He's going to have tough at-bats. I think Verdugo is an underrated addition because he's a contact lefty. He's not going to be an easy strikeout. And he's a doubles machine. The Yankees have not had a lot of doubles in recent years. He's not a guy that I want coming in here and hitting 30 home runs. If you told me right now you could take 35 doubles from Alex Verdugo and a 270 average, sign up for it in a day, in a second, in a nanosecond, immediately. Sign up for it before you even finish saying the sentence. I want doubles. I want guys moving around the bases. I want line drives. That's what we need. So, anyway, Patrick Sinclair says, almost forgot this channel existed. All right. Appreciate it, man. It does exist. 37,000 subscribers and 13 point whatever million views so far. We're one of the top Yankees channels on planet Earth. So go ahead and like and subscribe if you're new. And congrats again to Luis Heel for all the hard work paying off and making the opening day roster. Number 5 man in the rotation. And I'll be back tomorrow night with a recap after the game in Mexico. I'll see you next time.